All right, check this out. Look, the 13th Amendment, right, did two things for real. It freed slaves, right, for individuals, but made slaves profitable for the country. So instead of one man making 10,000 a year off a slave, it went from everybody in the system, private and government, to make money off of a slave. The only difference is they let your ass go off that plantation. What do you mean, Juan? All right, before the 13th Amendment says there should be no more servitude. Servitude is another word for slavery, right? Unless those who are duly convicted. So they saying you gotta let all these people go, but if they get convictions, then you can keep them. You ain't gotta pay them shit. So that was a good and a bad thing for black people. It was a good thing because it allowed black people the opportunity to actually work for money. But it was a bad thing because where were they going to work? Yeah, you had people up north, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that were already working, that were black people, skilled labor. You had people on the plantation that had skilled labor. That's all it was on the plantation, was skilled people. Who you think built the houses? Who you think built the wells? And one of the white people out there doing that shit, they might have been out there pointing, and all that, but black people was doing that shit. We had the measurements. We knew all that shit. We didn't even need to look at their numbers. We knew that was from birth. We built pyramids and shit like that, underground cities and shit. Well, anyway, check this out. So when they freed black people, all right, boom, South ain't want to do it. They had to make the South free slaves. When the slaves got free in the South, where are all these people gonna go? Imagine leaving somewhere today. Imagine you've been a slave all your life. You don't know shit about where you come from. We the only immigrants to come to America who don't know shit about our roots. Look, imagine coming they snatch you. That shit traumatic. Put you in chains, drag your ass over here. You be on the boat for months, shitting on yourself. Your family displaced. You get over here, you work. Boom. After 400 years of that shit, 400 years of slavery, 400 years. That's like doing this shit from 2016 to 2416. Your ass a slave. Come on, man. 400 years. It's like 10 generations. Well, anyway, you don't know shit about where you from, right? You been a slave. So boom, they let you go. You won't get no correspondence. You won't get no letters. You don't know nobody nowhere. All you know is at night you can have somebody in your camp gone. You don't even know where you at. You don't know where you at. You might have heard somebody say, but somebody said, well, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. How the fuck you know where that's at? You don't even know who you is. Your name came from him, right? So boom, you work out there, you grind, 400 years or whatever. So one day they come and say, well, y'all niggas can bounce. You free. I'm free. All your little shit. You free. Take your shit, get the fuck off my property. Where you gonna go? What you gonna eat? All you know is work for this dude and he feeds you. Boom. You go out there, you can't survive. You ain't got no land. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no car. What you gonna do? You starving. You might got your kids with the slave master, man. Look, just get the fuck on. You free. You got 3 kids. How you gonna eat? You ain't got shit. You ain't got no mattress. You ain't got no stove. You ain't got no house. You just free, nigga. Get the fuck from around here. How you gonna eat? You gonna have to commit a crime. And then when you commit a crime, right? The same amendment that freed you is now going to slave you. You feel me? Because it said there should be no more servitude unless those who are duly convicted. And you gonna get convicted. I mean, that's even nowadays. That's why they don't need it. They don't really need no defense. If they convict you, man, you know who answer? Who know who they answer to? They answer to somebody else to do the same shit they do. Like when you appeal to another judge. Man, he got to see this dude. You know, deny that shit. I don't give a fuck about you. He got to see this dude on a daily basis. His partners know his partners. They all lawyers. They all running them same circles. They might not be super cool, but they running them same circles. Who you think he more inclined to help? This man who can put him where he need to go and support him, or this nigga for real? And that's why niggas get convicted. That shit be about promoting them and demoting us. It ain't just locking niggas up, making niggas work for free. No, that shit really get them money, man. Like they look at them stats, how many years they done gave a motherfucker. Shit like that shit means something to them, man. For real. It was a judge in Richmond, man, had gave a motherfucker like gave out 1,000,000 years. And like he's known for giving out 1,000,000 years. I'm like, damn, they keep record of shit like that. Man, I would never want to live with that shit on my life. Well, I gave him 1,000,000 man years. Man, I would never want to walk around with this shit on my life. Ever. And that's why the 13th Amendment, that's it. So it freed niggas and it enslaved niggas. So then when they privatized prison, right? When they state was like, man, we make money off this shit. They privatized prison. Boom. Now you got companies like Microsoft, Google, man, all kinds of companies invest in prison. You'd be surprised at the shit niggas in prison do for these kind of companies. Calling Verizon, calling customers for Verizon and all these other companies. And guess what? When these same dudes get out of prison, right? They can't even get a job at the same place they was working for in their prison. Like if you making clothes or some shit for somebody, you doing this shit in prison for 23 cents an hour, 40, whatever that shit is in there now. Boom, you might master that shit. You might be running that shit in prison. Man, you get out, man, you can look for that same job. The rules and change. You know the skill. You can run that shit better than everybody in that motherfucker. But on the street, you're a convicted felon, and you can't get a job. But in prison, they begging for motherfuckers like you to work for. Man, you ain't work for $10 an hour. They ain't gonna never hire your ass here. Man, you can do that shit 10 times in prison. You can be a supervisor, one of them companies in prison. You do the math on that shit.